So there is this Kick streamer named Natalie Reynolds, and we talked about her last week. Her latest scandal was basically pushing a homeless woman into a lake who couldn't swim and then running away. But that is just one on the entire list of her controversies and scandals.
That's a crime, right?
It definitely sounds like one. And people hoped that she would get charged for that, but it didn't happen. But her latest scandal is that she was banned on Kick for, how do I say this, getting freaky with a sex doll. Mm-hmm. I don't even want to elaborate further, and we're definitely not going to show the clip of it.
No, we are not.
But yeah, this is what caused her latest ban on Kick. The last thing that she was banned for on Kick was going crocodile hunting on stream, which I don't even know if that's legal, whatever. I would much rather she do that than what I unfortunately had to see in that clip. But
what is Kick? Dude, Kick
it's like
is...
It's
no, I know,
alternative
but
to Twitch.
It's Twitch,
what is
but
their
worse.
brand?
It's Twitch, but worse, basically.
It's like edgy Twitch.
It's Twitch for sociopaths who go do this IRL streaming and they terrorize society. They just pick a random victim and they use it to go viral, and they really never face consequences for it. And that's, I rarely see female streamers doing that, but she's an exception. I've seen her before. You might remember, she was the woman who went to a gym naked, and she painted. She had painted clothes on her. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was one of her.
I've
most
got dubious like content
scandals.
saying like you can't show that either. Like that's not something you can show.
I think she was wearing underwear, but they painted the rest on her, and they were trying to kick her out of the gym, and she was like, "What are you talking about? I'm wearing clothes. You can see that I'm wearing pants right now." And they were like, "Stop. Like, get the fuck out." And basically, she said that she was trying to use that as an opportunity to raise awareness about double standards and how women are objectified. And it's like, if you're just trying to be a menace to society, I would respect you more
respectable.
I would respect you more if you just admitted that you wanted to terrify people and that you're trying to be a menace to society. I would respect the honesty, at least.
Your chaos is far more acceptable than just pretending to wrap your degenerate behavior in a false flag of virtue.
But actually, like, I'm actually an activist. I'm a social activist. I'm a performance artist. No.
Activists are the bottom of the barrel.
Yes, more
under every timeline, every single universe.
They're like
activists.
There is nothing more.
There's nothing worse.
There's nothing more awful.
I agree.
Remember, it's as I say, there's not enough in society to just not be an activist. It's your job to be actively anti-activist.
Amen.
This was her response to that specific one. She said, "When people wear these outfits, it's all about body positivity, but when I'm wearing more than that, it's a problem. The gym allowed me inside, allowed me to film, and had no issue otherwise that they would have kicked me out. The man in the video is protecting the overall gym etiquette according to which you should wear clothes suitable for exercise, which includes paint. That includes paint.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can't be naked at the gym?
I'm sorry.
I thought it was America.
Beyond that. Like, one of the issues people have is if you go to the gym and you use equipment and you don't wipe your disgusting sweat off of the equipment. Am I supposed to also wipe your sweat in your paint?
In your body
off
paint.
Off of the gym equipment?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
But speaking of blow-up dolls, a waitress was recently fired for posting a video of one of the patrons at this restaurant for going on a date with a blow-up doll.
Yeah.
Table for two with his blow-up doll.
Here it is.
Literally, it's right there in the video.
This calls for it. I work at a nice restaurant in Charlotte, and I need you guys to see what just came in the door.
She has no words.
Okay, so I'm not.
That's what she said.
And she got fired for that?
She did.
They didn't kick out the guy who brought his blow-up doll into the restaurant.
I mean, she's getting fired for like filming a customer and posting about it on social media. That's what their logic will be for it.
What would possibly justify that?
Yeah.
Like, our values are so upside down that you will face consequences for merely noticing the fact that someone is forcing their degeneracy onto society. If you notice it, you're the problem.
No, I wonder if this would have happened if she just made a TikTok talking about it and didn't. Thank you.
Thank you.
If she just made a TikTok saying I saw this,
nobody would believe her.
At work. Yeah.
Nobody would believe her if she didn't film it. That's the thing.
That's what their logic would have been.
Like, what was the logic behind that man making the decision to
I don't know.
to do that? It's clearly for attention, and he got it.
It's funny because like every crime show of the past 20 years has done at least one episode where there's like the guy who's got the blow up doll in his apartment, and then it's the whole point is to show all the normal people seeing it and being like, wow, this is so ridiculous.
How lonely are people?
Yeah.
Is my conclusion.
That they're going on dates with blow-up dolls.
With a blow-up doll for attention?
I mean, for all we know, he was being filmed for himself, and he's making content, and then
he's actually filming the waitress filming him.
It's basically just the Spider-Man meme where they're all filming each other, and that's the world we live in now. It's a bunch of fishbowls that you're looking outside of as you film your own content.
I am just beyond.
Maybe that was the dude from the Whatever podcast. He just grabbed the blow-up doll from the studio and took it on a date.
Excuse me, that is not a blow-up doll. It is a top-of-the-line silicone doll.
Thank you.
Different doll.
No, it doesn't. Doesn't really matter. Whatever.
They pay an Asian girl just to sit there quietly on that show.
It's like serves the same purpose as the doll.
She literally says
doesn't
nothing
speak.
ever.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice gig.
There's the
if you can get it, it's nice work if you can get
there
it.
There was the still image of it. I like that even with a blow up doll, he's ignoring her and he's on his phone.
What did he order for the blow up doll?
Even on
Did
his
he
own,
order
he's
her a
not,
drink at least?
Even with his choice of woman being a blow up doll, he's still not paying any attention to her. I wonder what she said that pissed him off.
For the lady, perhaps a salad.
I'm just
maybe that's what he said. They're like, what will the lady have? He's like, I think you need a salad, honey. It's like you're looking a little bloated.
This is the same type of person who goes out in the collie fursuit and pretends to be a dog in public.
I don't know. We're just so lame as a society. We're not even where we're trying to be subversive. It's lame.
So it says that a man claimed to be the person from the video saying that it was a fantasy football bet. Now I remember seeing this about the fantasy football bet, but apparently this is the third person perspective. Like he lost a bet and had to go do this for a video. So here you go.
That's just the guy.
I want to cry.
'Cause I wanna make it.
Okay, so he has the proof from his point of
phone.
view. Regardless, I don't really care what your reasoning was for taking a blow-up doll to a restaurant.
Well, if he lost a bet, a man must honor his bet, but maybe just don't make that bet.
Don't make the bet in the first place because you're subjecting everyone else to it.
He says, I knew one of two things was going to happen. It was going to get no views and I would be fine, or it would blow up and I would be fired. She explained that's her talking about it. She added she was ready for new opportunities, so it wasn't too much of a shock, thank goodness. Maybe she was just looking for a way out.
Dude, is this the way to get a job now? You're just like putting shit on Twitter and
she says that at one point he was feeding his date grapes.
I can't.
I love that.
He posted his own video of the gaffe, which included a series of photos of himself seated across from the cumbersome companion. Tough date, he wrote. Not easy. He says, it says that was him. So he lost a bet in fantasy football. I saw the video about him like last week, and it was just like, whatever, stupid people doing stupid things, lost a bet.
Not a good enough reason.
So that
is so not a good enough reason.
I don't know. I kind of respect him more now.
that he made good on his bet. Like,
dude, I hate people that make bets and they don't pay up.
I wonder if the idea is that like they're like, you have to go to a visible restaurant. Like we can't send you to like a place where you can't go to like some place at 1 p.m. when no one is there. You got to go to a nice restaurant at high dinner time.
Make a reservation.
It's got to be the 7 p.m. slot. There's got to be as many people there as possible. In which case,
I'm just saying, if it were me in that situation, I would be taking a steak knife and I would be deflating the sex doll.
Dustin the Wind says, no Welchers. Yes, I was watching an episode of Almost Paradise where he talks about he's like arguing with his uncle who's scamming these two people and says that I'm gonna give the money back to them because you're scamming them. And he goes, no, you can't welch on the bet. And he goes, that's not welching, you idiot. And he goes, welching is a slur against Welsh people. I don't know. I just think that the guy at least made good on his bet. Maybe just don't make such obviously bad bets in the future.
As for Natalie Reynolds,
Yes.
though, just she is kind of the scum of the earth.
Yeah. Oh, and
People like her, people like that influencer who was streaming himself tearing apart Japanese society.
Or even like, what was it, Bradley Martin, the dude who got smacked in the head when he went to the gym and took the dude's hat off.
I mean, he deserved to get slapped.
And the dude deserved, that's what I'm saying. It's like,
I'm
you
just
don't
saying,
get to,
like,
I saw people
so
defending
much effing around and not enough finding out.
I saw
society.
people defending that, where they're like, it's just a joke that doesn't justify physical violence. It's like, no, he is the one who first imposed on him by physically grabbing something of his and taking it. There was people that were defending it, saying he didn't have a right to.
Because people just think that you should be able to get away with anything.
Yep.
By the way, I think that's a Gen Z thing in particular. Because sometimes I see Gen Z people, how they talk on the internet, and it's wild. And then when people's like, I'm going to physically assault you.
Well, that's because they're growing up in the digital space, not connected to physical reality, not realizing that actions have
consequences. They don't get it at all.
When they get a taste of the consequences and they're like, I'm literally neurodivergent and a minor.
Dude, there's this...
When you hit me, this is what you're hitting.
What's this kid with the broccoli hair that he's always messing with people, but he has like big black bodyguards?
Oh, maybe.
What's his name? I know who you're talking about, but yeah, all of the articles are about his bodyguards like bodying people.
Dude, this kid is gonna get found alone one day and get the shit beat out of him.
Yeah, that's the problem is like they
he should
like
stop.
When we always talk about how like death threats on the internet, it's like, okay, who hasn't gotten a death threat? It's like, yes, but you don't understand that in the real world you can't operate with the same blasé attitude. You have to actually take things seriously if you're going to be in personal space. What did Mike Tyson say? Y'all got too comfortable not getting punched in the mouth.
Dude, and also this is the US. Like, what if you're in a state that has like open carry? Like, or whatever. Like.
Well, no, there was the dude, the streamer at the mall in Virginia, who was just messing with a dude in the mall and got shot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So another example of effing around and finding out, because he was getting up in this guy's space. It was for a prank video.
Jack Doherty is the name of the streamer.
The guy was just like a Grubhub delivery guy,
just trying to
picking
pick up
some food from the food court. And he's getting up in this guy's face, and he's just like, get away from me. And when he doesn't, shots fired. And after that happened, when the kid is in the hospital, he says, I'm not going to give up on my dream. He says he's going to keep doing prank videos.
I'm going to keep being my
no
dream
lessons learned.
My dream of being a prank YouTuber.
What about
no lessons are ever learned from this.
Kid that the UK that will like just walk into people's houses.
Yeah, we forgot about that
Mizzy.
too.
Pierce Morgan tried to slap some sense into him. It didn't work. People like this actually just need to be locked up.
Jail.
Like seriously, jail.
I bet libertarians would be like, no, but actually,
they would say that if you're invading their personal space, you're not respecting their sovereignty.
There's a brand of libertarian for anything.
That's not libertarianism. That's just
anarchy. I don't know.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.